This is my 98 Honda Civic EK Sedan that I bought for 800 bucks. And in the last video, if you saw the last video, I mentioned how this is going to be built using only money that I earn from UberEats. So built and maintained from money only using UberEats. She's got a few issues that we need to fix so we can make it more reliable daily. So let's get into it. So I wanted to be super transparent with everybody and show you guys the actual money that I've been making on Uber to prove to you guys that you can do this. So here's my earnings starting from the beginning of March to the point we're at now in April. So let's go ahead and add all that up. So that left us with just over 200 bucks. So we needed timing belts, oil pan gasket, rear main seal, valve cover gasket. I want to get the VTEC solenoids changed too, just in case. These mounts, torque mounts. And then I noticed that our radiator was leaking the other day, so we need to go ahead and get one of those too. But today we're working on the oil pan gasket, because she's definitely leaking, but I'm not exactly sure if it's from the oil pan or not. I'm pretty sure it's a rear main seal, most likely, but I just want to reseal everything and make sure we're good to go. All right, so we need to get this car up in the air, get the tires off. So we'll do some YouTube magic here. All right, and there we go. She's up in the air, so now we can get a nice good look underneath of what's going on. So I'm gonna jump on my creeper real quick, grab some lights, and then we'll see where all this oil is coming from. All right, guys, so as you can see, there is a ton of oil seeping from the the oil pan. The oil pan is just soaked. But there's also a lot of oil leaking over here where the transmission's at. So, but I don't know. It might just be the oil pan gasket, but I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna change the oil pan gasket out today, and then we'll do the other stuff in another video. We're just gonna do this one seal at a time, one step at a time, no rush. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna have to knock these bolts loose. So I'm just spraying some freeze off, some blaster here, let those soak. And then we're gonna have to disconnect from right here as well. All right, guys, so first things first, we need to drain the oil. So yeah, dude, this drain plug looks gnarly. Okay, yes, drain the oil, since we are changing the oil pan gasket. Let's be ready for this. Please don't spill oil everywhere. Nice. So yeah, we'll let that drain out. All right, guys, so while our oil is draining out, let's just go ahead and knock loose these bolts real quick. Okay, so we got them cracked loose now. finally. So we'll just go ahead and start taking them out. Okay, so let's reposition and let's get the spring-loaded bolts off. Hell yeah, we got it, boys. Okay, I'm putting a little extension on this guy. This guy. Okay, a little blaster. Blaster, I barely know her. Please don't give me trouble. Nice. I will say, most of these bolts are coming off pretty easy. Like this car, like you could tell this car has a little mileage, like when you look underneath. This is a very, very clean chassis. I am so happy I bought this. There is so much potential with this car. And bam, there we go. All right, it's making progress. Okay, so our next task that we got to do is we have to remove this plate right here. I don't know what that is called, but anyways, dude, I'm pretty sure it is leaking from the oil pan gasket because there's just so much oil right here. But then again, I don't know. I still think it might be I think it's both. The rear main seal and the oil pan gasket. Anyways, that's why we're doing all of it. So, okay, let's get our bolts on here. Let's see what we got. What is it? What does that look like to y'all? Huh? That looks like a 15. Nope. I got it first try. It was a 14. Okay. Let me position y'all so I can work and then y'all can see. Okay. So yeah, just a 14. We'll break these loose. So let's break these loose. So a 12 millimeter. And then up here, you'll see these when you're underneath doing this. Okay, there we go. All right, that piece is out now. Yo, look at all of that oil. Caked up, that's crazy. So I'm pretty sure I have to remove this plate too. Yeah, I definitely have to remove this plate to get to the last couple bolts. 10 mils that hold the oil pan. But you have several 10 mils all around the oil pan. So you'll need to take all those off. But let's go ahead and take this plate off first. And those look like 10s as well. So yeah, let's do it. think you guys can see from right there. You know, when I used to work at Honda, one of the guys there used to give me shit all the time about using a breaker bar on stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's there, it's a tool, why not use it? What, you think it like makes you not look cool if you use a breaker bar? That's so stupid. This dude was a lube tech and he was like trying to tell me like what to do. It's like, bro, get out of here. It's like, even I know that you're not supposed to use a breaker bar like that. Like, what? I'm like, what's your theory? Oh, well, you can like, you know, strip the bolt. I'm like, bro, you have no idea what you're talking about. Dude's been on lube tech for like 4 years. How you gonna be a lube tech for 4 years and not move up or not try and go to main line? Anyways. Okay. Did I press record? Oh, thank God. Oh yeah, he used to give me crap too for wearing gloves while I worked on cars. Yeah, dude. Sorry, I don't want to go home with messy hands. Okay, cool. So now we just start taking all the 10s off. Okay guys, I'm not gonna show you me taking all these 10s off because it's gonna take forever to show y'all this. To show y'all, oh, but I will show y'all these little 10s that I was talking about that were hiding behind that little plate that you can access now. So anyways, I'll pick y'all back up once I get all the 10s loosened. Well, I think I figured out why we are leaking. If you see this bolt, this 10 millimeter, I am turning it left to loosen it. And it will not loosen. Like, it won't come out. And it won't tighten either. So that means this gasket has been done before, and whoever did it before did a bad job, and that's why it's leaking. That's exactly why it's leaking. Like, you can see all the oil seeping from up there because it's not getting torqued down correctly. All right, guys, so I'm gonna use my little pry bar thingy here, kind of hammer in to get this out. Just going in between the gasket and the block. What I had to do is I had to, where's my pry bar? What I did was I took my pry bar, pushed it in, and then gave it, and was like basically like pushing it out, like pushing the pry bar down to give it leverage so it would catch a thread and then come out. But I wonder if that bolt hole is stripped out. I'm worried about that now. So, but anyways, we should be able to take the oil pan down now. I put a little bolt back in there to hold it in place while I grab the camera so I could show you guys. But let's go ahead and drop the oil pan now. I'm gonna pull y'all back some. Basically, it's just RTV'd in too much. Oh, and that thing needed to be pushed back some. There we go. Okay, we're almost there, almost there. Okay, there we go. Okay, there it is, y'all. Oil pan dropped. Hey, look, it's the dipstick. Okay, so oil pan drops, and this gasket is mangled. Like, oh my gosh. And somebody put so much RTV. So, yeah, because I think this gasket has been changed before. It seems like it. Because I don't think Honda puts that much RTV from the factory, do they? Look at that. Looking like a dirty thong. All right, so now I need to take a razor blade and just clean all this extra stuff out. That way we get a nice good seal when we put the new seal on. But let's look at the crank and stuff and the rods. So overall, not too bad. Not too bad, not too bad. Doesn't look terrible. But I don't know, it looks like a couple oil changes went too far. That's where all that stainage is at, so. But overall, everything looks squared away. Like none of the rods have any play in them or anything, so. Anyways, so I'll have to clean this surface too, the mating surface, before we put the new gasket on. I figured out why that bolt was loose, guys. So this is an actual stud. This part needs to go, it threads into the block, and then this part sticks out, the other half sticks out of the block, and then you fasten a nylon bolt to it to torque it down. This was not supposed to come all the way out of the block. This was supposed to stay in the block. But you have these other type of fasteners down there too, where it's an actual bolt, and then this throws all the way into the block, and then this sticks out of the block. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what was causing the oil leak. Crazy, one little bolt. All right, guys, so yeah, we got this cleaned up as much as we could. The mating surface is like the most important thing for this, but yeah, I got all that old RTV off. Try to get as much of the stuff out of the pan as well, like some RTV fell into the pan itself, but I'm just hand washing things here. It sucks not having running water, but maybe if I could ever move to a different shop, I can get some running water. But yeah, we got that all cleaned up. It's looking nicer. And yeah, we need to clean the mating surface of the block. So I'm just wiping off the excess oil from the surface, the mating area. So earlier we had a stud come out of the block on the other side. Yeah, right there. And I had mentioned it to you guys. So I'm gonna try and reinsert that real quick. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and prep our oil pan. So I went with the Felpro. there is, I think there's a metal layer in there, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I got that one or not. I was supposed to. Anyways, I've heard good things about these gaskets, people using them, so yeah, for daily use, daily driver use, this should work, and it should seal. I don't know, we'll see. I know people have a lot of trouble getting their gaskets to seal. Alright guys, so for this part, I'm just matching up the gasket, test fitting, making sure that, you know, it's the right one. And then we need to add a small layer of RTV or Honda Bond along the edges of the oil pan where it meets the block. For this part, you don't want a ton of RTV. You want like a small bead of it. More is not better in this situation. So obviously, it should fit back in like Legos. I'm meaning like the oil pickup tube should go back in the place of, you'll see like the little groove that it has like in the oil pan. Okay. So I'm gonna start adding these 10s to help hold it up. Can y'all see? I hope y'all can see. All right, and there it is. There's actually a very nice little bead that kind of seeped out. It's like, it's actually perfect. That's exactly how you want it to look. The last person that did this job put way too much RTV. But that's it. Cool. Oil pan is done. All right, guys. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. It was a long day. It took me a while. But yeah, if you guys are down for this build, down to see how you can build a Civic just using UberEats money, because that's literally what I'm doing with this car. Consider liking, subscribing, and then also, we will get back to the EF soon, but I just want to get my EK sedan in a spot to where I can daily it and not care, and like not worry basically about it like breaking down or something. I mean, it runs good, it needs a refresh, needs a gasket refresh. Anyways, all right guys.